So annoying, this technology. All right, we are live. This is Joe Della Torre with my special guest here, Alicia. I want you to tell them about yourself. I started following you, maybe, or started connecting with you like a year ago, maybe more. But I watched it. Then when I found out you were a comedian, I was like, oh, hell yeah, I love that. I get to know a comedian, a
Yeah.
celebrity. That's decent. I like that. So tell us a little bit about yourself, because a lot of people that are watching probably don't know you because they're not friends with you, right?
Right.
So go ahead and tell
Yeah.
everybody a little bit about you.
Sure. Hi, Joe. Thanks for having me, by the way. And for those that don't know me, my name is Alicia Molina. I'm a Chicago native, born and raised in the city. And although my parents are Puerto Rican and Peruvian, they met here. So,
Wait a minute, Puerto Rican and Peruvian.
yes, yes.
Eee! What
I
did I
eat,
say? Double danger.
I eat good food. I eat good food.
You
And
should be like 200 pounds.
I should. I'm not joking. It's hard. It's a lot of good food.
Yeah. Oh
Uh,
well, I definitely want to try some Peruvian food because I've never had that.
yeah,
Puerto Rican food, I've tried that. Been there, done that. So
I
right
can
now I'm inviting a bunch of people. So
give
I'm
you.
sending it right now. I just invited like 100 people. So before we get started, I want you guys to know. I want you to mention it now. She always invites me to the comedy thing, and then one time I wanted to go, and then my son needed to go to soccer because I definitely want to see this woman live. I'm definitely going to check out your content after we're done with the podcast. So tell us a little bit how you got into comedy before we even get started, because that to me is the most impressive thing about you.
Well, thanks. It's a funny story, actually. I got into it about 15 years ago, right after my divorce.
Oh,
Um,
okay.
so instead of going to a therapist, I did therapy for myself at Second City. And not for a stand-up comedian, just to do improv. I've always loved Saturday Night Live. It's always been like my dream job, you know.
Oh, okay. So you're a big time SNL fan.
Yes, big time. And also, I've always been a goof my whole life, so I wouldn't have, I love doing
I like
those.
that. I like that. I like to meet women that can just be goofy. You don't have to
Yeah.
try to be like try to fake it that you're hot. We know that. Okay, but you could be a little nerdy. Like you can actually be a goofball, right?
Oh, I'm a
If you
huge.
guys are watching, if you guys are watching live or you guys are watching the replay, put in the comments that you're here. Say hello. Where are you from? Where are you watching from? Okay. So, anyways, to continue on now, let's talk about what we wanted to talk about. So, like, you sent me like 27 things that we could talk about, and I
Yeah,
picked three.
you
Then
did.
I thought, look, what are we gonna name it? So I called it "Let's Talk About Sex, Baby," because one of the things you said, "Let's talk about sex." I was like, and I like that. I was like, okay, well, what about sex? Like, we could. There's like a million hours of that, but we also had a couple other topics. So let's start off the podcast talking about something that you brought up, which I thought was kind of impressive because I always looked at you as like more of a masculine woman than a feminine woman. So the
Hmm.
fact that this is one of the bullet points is the what is it? How do you? I don't want to say it wrong. The
Oh,
mental.
the male loneliness epidemic.
Yeah,
That's
the male loneliness epidemic. Correct.
yeah.
And so, to you as a woman, it's surprising to me that that actually interests you. Like, why is that like something that you like about it?
I don't like it. I think it's a sad case. But I think it's very interesting because, to be honest with you, I'm not. It's not just about politics because politics is a big factor right now, where a lot of men and women are just not. Women tend to be more uh, democratic or liberal, per
Oh,
se,
okay.
you know, and men tend to be more conservative. I mean, in most cases, but nowadays with women being very much more independent, living their own lives, making their own money, that we just don't depend on a man anymore. Do you know what I mean?
Right. So, in essence, it's not that you guys don't need a man, which is kind of good. I think I've always told women that, but I tell my daughter this: you don't need a man, you desire one, which is
Right.
better. You want to come from a place
Exactly.
of desire, not need.
Right. So if we want to meet a man and it works out for us, oh my God, that's great. So we're not against it. But this is where the issue is. If in fact nobody connects or they're not connecting, the difference between a woman and a man is a woman, we have friends and we're quick to connect with our friends, go shopping, eating, drinking, socializing. We have a connection with, we have a circle, right? We can vent and whatever. Men don't have that. Like, you may have friends, you may have But I think to like open up to a man with your feelings and everything, it's not as easy. It is easy for some, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying all men are this case, but I think that's what's causing the male loneliness epidemic right now, because they can't. So then, unfortunately, those men that can't connect with anyone, friends or anything, they start lashing out on the women.
Oh, you know what's funny? I just had the conversation with the kid that does the websites,
Yeah.
Zeke, and and I had a podcast like 2 weeks ago with a younger guy and his brother, and I told him he's a woman hater. He hates women because when a man gets rejected so much, they now lash out on women and they
Yeah.
get mad, and it's really it's like a double. It's like two. I would say it's two people's fault. One, the women are definitely got a high standard now, but to the standard where it's a unicorn. You're not going to find the guy. We were talking about before we got on the pod. You were talking about Jason Tatum. Not happening, especially not at the age, and he's still going to look that good. But where men, what happens with men, because they don't have game, because they don't have status, or they don't have anything to really offer the woman, they get rejected, right? You could be a good-looking guy, but if you have no status, or you don't have any like wealth or any, just basically an independent man that has your own thing, you don't need a woman, basically, right? But unfortunately, for a lot of these men, they need a woman, right? They say they don't, but you do, right?
But yeah, because a lack of connection with, if they were going out with their male friends and connecting with their male friends, they'll be feeling the same we feel. Not, we're not lonely. And that's the thing, is a lot of men, the macho-ness and everything, we don't talk about our feelings. We don't. So
I think you made a good point, which I didn't really think about. A lot of men don't have friends like women, right? Women have a support system where if they going through it, you got 7 friends to tell you that he's an idiot and all this other crap. But like, where was your ass when I was dating him? Just saying, ladies. And to me, this is me, right? I am not a guy that's intimidated by women. I'm not a guy that's basically can't find a woman, right? So, but when I haven't posted this yet. This is going to be one of my Facebook posts. You tell me what you think. If a woman has more than 3 friends, red flag.
You know what? That's another thing. Men think we're red flag about everything. And again, it goes to show you that, even, trust me, if you see my DMs, the shit that men are quick to insult me and attack me. I don't respond to that, because to me, I'm like, that's definitely a red flag. Because to me, that's like, if I gave you the opportunity, you would be a violent type.
Yeah. Yeah.
So to me, that's a red flag. A woman that has a bunch of friends, that's not a red flag. Actually, that's a good thing, because
I don't know.
That means she is she's got excellent support. She's very secure in herself.
Yeah. Also, she has 7 people that are going to tell you what that is. If God forbid I do something wrong in the relationship, and then you tell your crew, they're all going to be cheering you on. He ain't shit. He ain't shit. But now that's a problem for me.
We sure are. Even if
so am I dating you or your friends?
If I was wrong, they would be cheering for me.
Listen, exactly. But am I dating you or your friends?
You would be dating me, but that's.
But I'd be dating all of you, because I got to impress all of you.
And you should, because you would have a fun time with my friends. My friends would embrace you. They would love you. They get drunk with you and everything. But my friends also know my boundaries.
Yeah.
So if I need my space to be with my man, they'll give it to me, and I do it for them.
Well, I'll tell you what. I joined Facebook dating, which is the only reason I did it, because it's free. I'm not paying Tinder and all that other crap. So I did the Facebook dating. I was on it before, met a lot of crazies, got off it, got back on it, and then I kind of get away from it. But here's what I've learned. So like 2 things. One, I did a video last year called "All Women Are Crazy," and it basically is 3 bullet points, and I can prove it. And I did a whole video talking about it. You're all crazy, but I'll meet women, right? And they want to meet me for the first time, but they want me to meet them with all their girlfriends. And I'm like, hell no, I ain't doing that. And I'm going to tell you why. I am not about to go in a room full of lioness that are all going to be looking at me and prying me and looking at every little angle, every little thing I do. Hell, I would not want that. Plus, I would want to meet you. I don't want to meet your friends.
I think it's also for the approval. Like, they want, what do you
That's the problem.
See, my thing is, the reason why I would want a guy to come with me and meet my friends is they need to see the level.
Right. But on the first date?
Yes, even on the first date.
On the first date?
Yes. If you can't make it through the first date, then you're done. Like,
this is what I'm saying. Am I dating you or am I dating your friends?
Both.
Oh my God. Do I get to at least like
You
take
just get
them
to
out
try
too?
one. You
Do I
just
get to take them out too, or just you?
No, you would take me out, obviously, but I'm saying and my friends have done this where they brought the man to meet all of us. Do you know what I mean? And I think
For all the men
it's
watching this, don't do it.
it was healthy. They're still together. I have friends that are still together. The fact is that their man was such a good man in front of us, and we saw it. Like we also gave her the go ahead. Like, yeah,
So you're telling me that every woman that has ever brought around a man around your friends, they're still in a relationship today?
yeah. Not every woman, obviously, that has something.
But like, what are the stats? We're talking like 80,
Well, like
20
right
work,
now,
80% don't
my
work.
girlfriend is about to get married. No, the right guy stays, and vice versa. My cousin,
Okay, so here,
my
so
cousin brought his on his very first date. He brought his girlfriend to meet the family.
that's
Okay,
a little crazy.
she went. She was just like, "What?" You know, and I'm even like, "Oh, they must have been dating." No, it was their very first date. He threw her into the fire. And you know what? To this day, they're still together, 11 years. And why? Because she passed that test. Like he said, like, you know what? People got to know my family. It sucks to date somebody, get to like them. And then when you bring them into the family, find out that it's just not going to work. You know what I mean?
Oh my God.
And you wasted all that time.
These words, I think you really, the most amazing thing about you explaining this is that you actually believe this is to be true. Now, I'm telling you right now, I am not. Okay, so when dating you specifically, forget the rest of the world, right? And anybody that's watching, especially men, are like, I would date her in a second, like whatever she says. You say this, but we were just talking about how men have a loneliness epidemic. Now he barely has enough confidence to talk to you. Now he's got to get some more confidence to talk to 8 of y'all. And then you wonder why the men are like, I can't do that.
Strong women, yes. Can he handle it? And if he can handle it, he's the one.
Oh my God, that's crazy. So I know about, well, you specifically. If you date her, you better impress her friends, or it's not happening, bro.
Yeah.
So I don't know if you gotta take like acting classes the night before.
Everybody we have each other's back. So I know if I sense some evil in a man, I'm gonna tell my friend. I'm like,
why don't you just bring me around your dog? They know what evil is too.
My dog? Are you kidding? My dogs they'll let a robber in my house. I'm not even worried about it.
So, but going back to the male epidemic, yeah, I do believe that a lot of men are lonely. They don't know who to talk to. They don't talk to anybody. They kind of just like hold it in. They get very angry. They become bitter. They start to hate women. They start to bash women. And I think like I've been accused of it once in a while. Like once every year, someone will accuse me of being a woman basher. I'm like, if you pay attention to my content, the last thing I'm doing is bashing women. If anything, I'm calling women out and saying like, you guys can do better, right? And you guys are already there because you guys are independent now. You don't need a man. Great. But you still be entertaining dumbasses, and they still be entertaining dudes that just trying to get your booty. And I talk about that a lot, and women don't like to talk about it. But like, you guys are losing the value. But I guess you guys don't care because we don't need you anyway. So you don't think you need to have value anymore.
I mean, it's not that we don't have value. We're not making the effort that we've done in the past. Do you know what I mean? Because in the past, first of all, in the past, even for myself, when I was the perfect wife, the perfect everything, it backfired and spit in my face. So I learned I'm going to just be me. And I'm going to do what I need to do. And,
okay, well,
you know, and so
here's what I said. I just had a conversation with someone about this. You'll like this. I honestly believe that you should be with someone that lets you be you.
Yeah, that's it.
Period. That's it. Very simple. If
simple.
you find a person that basically does not try to change you and lets you be who you are, your original self, right? That's the person you should be with.
So that's why a guy should come out and meet with the friends, because you'll see her in her actual environment.
So you're selling men. Right now, you're selling men why they should do this.
Yes,
and you have some very valid points, but I'm going to still tell the men, do not do it.
Well,
if you want to keep, hey, bro, let me tell you something. Right?
If you want to keep a woman of value, do it.
Look, it's kind of like if you get pulled over in a car and you're drunk and you know you're drunk. If you blow, you're guaranteed that you're drunk. But if you don't blow, you don't know, and you're probably going to get out of it.
Here's my point. Analogy.
Let me land my plane. Let me land my plane.
It's a bad thing. Come on, but
no. It's actually a joke.
That's not.
It's a joke because here's what I'm gonna say to men. If men.
It's not. It's a horrible analogy.
Let me tell you something. All right, I'm gonna tell
So
you.
what we learned from this male epidemic thing, I'm gonna tell you guys right now. Make friends with some guys, hang out, talk more. It's not just, yeah, sports too is a great start because I love sports, but just make friends, and I promise you the hate for the women will decrease, like because
Okay,
somebody to talk to.
but make sure that you guys do this because she didn't let me land my plane. She done crashed it off the damn course. What I was gonna say is why I compared it. If you want to not lose her, do not meet her friends, especially if you know you don't have confidence in meet her friends. Don't do it, bro. Have an excuse. Say your kids needs to go somewhere. Do anything in your power, but don't go to that meeting if you
If
don't
you
know,
don't have
if
the
you're not ready to
confidence,
handle it.
if you don't have the confidence, you shouldn't even talk to her then. Point
Well,
blank.
that's true. So that I guess
Like, don't even talk to me, period, if you don't have the confidence.
yeah.
So
Okay,
if you
so
don't have the confidence to talk to me, then you definitely are not gonna have the confidence to talk to my friends.
no. At the end of the day, Steve, like
Because I'm probably one of the harsher people in my friend group.
when everything that we talk about in general, there's always an exception to the rule, right?
Yes.
And so I am the exception to the rule, meaning that I know if I go there, they're all gonna love me, but I don't need to prove
But
shit
that's
is
a
my
good
thing.
thing. A woman might want to see that.
Okay, but I'm saying, me, Joe Delatorre, saying, why do I have to go on an interview with 7 soldiers?
You don't have to. I'm
I
just
don't
saying it's recommended.
recommend.
Everybody does things differently.
I would probably, I don't, I guess you're gonna meet the friends eventually, but the
Yeah.
real thing is not on the first date.
I think so.
No, hell no.
I think you guys should go to dinner first by yourselves, talk whatever.
Yeah, that's okay. That's what I'm. Yeah,
Meet up with the friends later.
there you go. That's really where I was trying to get at. Like,
Ah.
if I want to meet you, right? I don't
Yeah.
want to meet your friends because they're gonna take away from us. I
Right.
want to know about you. I
and
want to talk
need,
to you.
Talk first.
Yeah, I want to like have a conversation with you, like see where you're at, and then put me in the jungle. But can
Yeah.
I at least get a dinner first before you throw me in the
For
jungle?
sure.
Okay, good. All right, thank you. All right, so now, all right, so now, at the end of the day, men, I think my best advice I can give to men is that at the end of the day, man, women like 3 things, okay? And I heard this on a radio show in like 2024. No, I'm sorry, like in 2002, 2003. I was in my 20s. I was running a business in Houston, and it was a radio show talking about everything that there's 3 things that every woman's attracted to, right? And I've been talking about online. I posted this post one time. Hey guys, hey ladies, there's 3 things all women are confident or that love about a man. 3 of them, and they start with a C. What are they? They were saying cash, cock, charm, all the words, but not the ones that were the right ones. Okay.
Those seem right to me.
That's because you're in your masculine. That's why I wanted to have this conversation with you, because you be talking on my post sometime. This woman's a dude. She's gonna hit somebody soon. Like somebody's gonna get hit.
Everybody
Yes.
says she's a guy.
So like it's confidence. I gave away the answer first one. So a lot of men don't have confidence. You got to learn how to talk and like learn how to ask questions and learn how to listen and then come back with a follow-up question, right? Very simple, right?
Mm-hmm. I agree.
That's one of them. Confidence. The second one is a challenge. All right. Every woman wants a challenge. They don't want a guy they can just get because then you're thirsty, right? You should be a little bit of a challenge, a little bit of a mystery, a little bit of I don't have time because I'm not sure if I'm interested in you kind of attitude.
Yeah.
Because if you give a woman, I can't wait to meet you. Oh, I want to see you. She's like, get away from me, you desperate dog. Like you sound desperate and it's not a turn on. They want a little bit of a challenge. That's why I said it. Don't get mad at me. I got hit on a lot more when I was married because I'm a challenge, right? So like, can I get him off his track? And he shows all the pictures with his wife. He really loves her. Let's see. And then they get naked. I'm just playing. So the moral of this story is this: women want a challenge, right? They want a guy that's not too available. You can be available, but not too much, because then there's
a line. There's a line.
Yeah, there's a line.
Sometimes if you get too difficult, we're good. We'll go back to our friends.
Well, what they usually do usually what women do to me personally when I reject them is they block me. And you know what I call that? Flirting. Because they always come back. They'll unfriend me and say, well, what you been up to? You blocked me.
Yeah.
Why are you even reaching out right now? Like, I didn't do anything wrong. At the end of the day, I am a little bit different. Like, I don't chase women personally. I don't think you should chase anybody. I do want a woman to give me the mutual energy. Like, if I'm giving you like shooting my shot, I want you to shoot a couple shots back at me so I know that I'm on the same page. Because if you don't show me that, then I'm not going to waste my time. I'm not going to,
And the woman will. I mean,
Yeah.
when she's interested, trust me, you'll know. You know what I
Okay.
mean?
Thank you. I needed that advice.
Yeah, you will. I mean,
All right.
if she's not showing interest, she's interested in something else.
And
So
the last one is the last C. Let's see if you can guess it. We
I
said it
thought it was
ain't
the first three.
it
I
ain't
thought it
cash,
was,
it ain't cock, it ain't charm. It's not. I forgot. There's other ones that women would post. That's why I like to do it every once in a while because I like to see the answers. They're
I
always the
really
same.
like to know because the only thing I can think of is credit. I don't know.
Credit. Yeah. Nope. The last word, which no woman ever agrees with until I explain it, control. A man
Right.
that's in
Explain yourself.
control.
Explain yourself.
Yeah, I knew you were going to say that. So what that means is not control you. That means that a man that's in control, he's a leader. He can lead you. He's going to make decisions. He's going to do things, and you're going to follow him because you respect him and you adore him. You're like, man, he's on his shit.
I love that.
He
I
knows what
love
he's doing, right? So
Yes.
when I used to say it, women are like, ain't no man going to control me. I'm not. Okay, that's your trauma from your past narcissistic boyfriend.
Yeah.
Calm down. You haven't healed yet.
Yeah.
What I was saying is, you want a man that can lead. That
Yeah.
will basically, you don't have to think.
I love that.
Yeah.
I used to have a boyfriend that when he would pay for our trips and take us. I literally just packed my suitcase and met him at the airport. Everything was set. He took care of everything, the hotel.
Right.
I'm not gonna get mad at that. He's not.
No, I think a man's not supposed to, vice versa, both sides, but I'm going to use the man right now.
Yeah.
I don't think a man is supposed to be a bigger problem. He's supposed to solve challenges for you. You're not supposed to have more drama and problems because of a man. He's supposed to be leading you somewhere. And a lot of women, that's why 80% of women will get divorced or initiate the divorce because the man promised you the dream, right, to get in between. And then once he got you, he's like, well, I thought we were going to like have it all. What happened to our glorious life that you promised me? So I got it. I understand now men are the problem. But in the beginning, I thought it was women for sure.
No, we're ready to be led, but in a good direction. Obviously,
yeah, you got to be going up.
Women is that once you got a woman that's loyal to you and happy with you and not missing anything because you've listened to everything she needed, she will give back more. Do you know? So it's an investment.
Whoa. See, the way you talk, sometimes you slick. But we'll get back to that, Slick.
I'm not slick.
What I was gonna, I like how you sell your points, and I'm like, wait a minute, I don't know if I agree with that, but
that's how it is. That's how it is.
Okay, so what I was gonna say about the next thing we were gonna talk about, who it's so funny. I used to do this podcast. I used to do this thing on Periscope. Okay. Periscope was owned by Twitter, the first video streaming service. I was on there. I got up to like 1 million something plus, and then it got shut down. And I used to do, it was a live platform. Anybody from the world can watch you. It'll promote it that you're going live. And so I would go live and I would do these shows, Insomniac, late at night. And then I did another one, Who's Thirstier, Men or Women? Flooded. And women want to say them and not him. It's men, it's women, men. Then people, there's always this person. Well, I think there's both. No, I'm asking the question when you say statistically, if we did a Google search, or just your opinion, who's thirstier, men or women? Men. Okay. Women will let a man lead when they feel safe. That's what they're able to do to put their guard up. Thank you, Talia, for joining us. So let me put her comment up there. I wasn't paying attention to the comments. Okay. Yeah. She said women will let a man lead when they feel safe. That's when they're able to put their guard down. Yeah, I get this.
Yeah.
But at the same time, women.
Yeah, but we need to see that up front too. Like, how do I know when you're safe that you're going to start leading me? Like, I can't wait for that.
Well, I did a podcast with a woman, and she's married, and she basically said that she went out. They all traveled together with her friend and her husband, and some guy came up to her, put his tongue down her throat, and the only question I had was, "What did your husband do?" She comes back with, "My friend intervened." What did your husband do?
Wow. Yeah, no.
Because I told her, and I asked her on the pod, if that was me, what would I have done? She go, well, first of all, it probably wouldn't have happened. Yeah, because the guy would already know I'm not the type of guy.
Right.
No.
He shouldn't have gotten that closer.
Right. Second, I would have laid his ass out, solid cold, like that, without even thinking. I wouldn't have asked him about it. I wouldn't have talked about it. I would have just knock him.
I totally expect
that's a leader.
Yeah, I would expect any man that I'm with to do that.
To be protected. The man's job is to protect, provide, right? Provide peace, right? Mm-hmm. You're supposed to be leading. There's not supposed to be a worry in the world. Your wife, your girl, she's letting you run it because she
Yeah.
knows you're going to take us somewhere, right?
Yeah.
But I will let women know that the minute you start giving up on your man though, and he knows it, he starts giving up on himself. So it's probably not a smart move. There's a way to kind of get your man to be back on his plane.
Why should we worry about a man's feelings though? That's what I'm trying to say. It's like,
So
well,
we started with the loneliness epidemic.
Then. Like,
So
okay,
you're telling me that you're talking about the loneliness epidemic, but now you're talking about you don't care about man's feelings?
I really don't. I mean,
Oh
I
my!
don't care about ours.
I have feelings.
Men are quick to judge women on their looks, on their bodies, on whatever.
Well, first of all men care about is your looks and your body.
We have to, and we have to have a certain way of making sure that we're appealing to men at all times. And then all of a sudden, you think a man is worried about our feelings? Like, no. So why should I worry about their feelings? If I give up, oh, well, you gave up. Like, stop being a pussy.
Okay, so I love that. Yes, there's a lot of pussies, I know. I call them manginas, but hey, that's a different story. But here's the thing: women are thirstier.
So if you feel a woman is thirsty, I think it's a woman who is lacking friendships, who is insecure, and just like, especially women that like to go after men that are married and things like that. And I've seen that those are the thirsty ones. They could be beautiful, but they're so insecure.
Well, here's the thing.
They lack something. And it's a shame when that happens.
Well, I think any woman that has a higher body count than 5 is thirsty. That's just my opinion. Don't be offended by it, or anybody that's watching. Or get offended. Get offended by it. I don't care.
That's very offensive.
Hold on. I have a reason for it. Because it is a proven point. If a woman after a 5 body count, after 5, right? So 5 is the key number. 5 is good. After 5, their chances of a long-term relationship goes from 80% to 20%. And it's not. It's,
where did you get these stats?
Google it, and I'm gonna tell you right now. Listen, and the reason here's the reason, because women, when you guys are with men, sometimes it's just a man, you wanted it and you wanted to fling. Okay, I get this. Okay. But then a lot of times it's what a guy you really thought was like going to be something. So you get a lot of trauma, a lot of like hurt, a lot of pain. And then you bring that to the next relationship, and it's like an ugly cycle. And then you just keep looking for the next wrong man today.
You're so wrong. You're so wrong.
I mean, that's statistic.
I think the only reason why it wouldn't affect a woman to get into a relationship is because she already experienced enough, and she realizes she's too good for some of these guys, and she's going to keep trying to find another one who's better. Same thing with men. Men are the same. They can have sex with a bunch of women, and you know what? They always think there's someone that's better out there now. You know, it's not, oh, she's amazing, but I bet you that girl over there is better. It's
I still blame women on that. I still blame women on that point, because you started. I still blame women on that point, because you did say it. You said that women need to always looking for married men or whatever, like men they're taking.
No, I said those are the thirsty women. I'm not saying those are. I'm just saying.
Well, I'm not saying all women are thirsty. I'm just saying women in general are thirsty.
Yeah, no, but somebody said that women are thirstier.
Yeah, I'm saying that in general women are thirstier.
Men are.
Okay.
And my DMs prove it.
The 5. No. Okay, here's the thing. Okay, you'll like this then. At the end of the day, if a sexual act happens between a man and a woman, who makes the final decision?
In what?
If a man and a woman are going to intercourse right now, who makes the final decision that happens?
Depends how good the man was.
Nope. Who makes the final decision?
If he didn't do it for me, I make the final decision and I'm out.
Okay, that's just you not being attracted to him. But at the end of the day, you make the final decision, no?
I always do.
Right. So if you make the final decision and you have slept with more than 5 men, then you've made a mental decision that you're just going to keep sleeping with men. You're not even trying to find one. You're trying to just try the field out.
Why not? Why can't
I mean, that's fine. Why not? But then you're never, ever going to have a very close connection with a man again, because you have too much to compare. You have too many to compare from.
I've had several very close connections. It has nothing to do.
And then why didn't they last?
Again, there's different circumstances. Well, one of them passed away.
Well, that one doesn't count. Sorry for the loss.
Okay, I'm just saying, and that was my last one. So you can't, you just don't know. You can't say that that's how it is. I mean,
no. I back it up with stats.
Yeah,
I back it up with stats.
And you got to understand, I'm in comedy. So the previous men, they just couldn't handle me getting the attention. So there, it's a
So
different.
you've been with some insecure men.
Yeah, yeah. And
Okay.
they more up and down. They were very secure. They knew up front everything I am about. So
Yep.
that's another thing. They tell you everything that you want to hear
Mm-hmm. They
until
sell you the dream to get in
yeah,
between.
yeah, exactly.
I get.
So
I look.
I
I'm
walk away.
100% for that. But look, at this is a true fact. Women hold the key to sex, and men hold the key to the relationship. Meaning, women, we cannot have sex with you unless you allow us, and we cannot. We can seduce you. We can be
Yeah,
it for you.
yeah,
But at the end of the day, you morally make the final decision whether that's going to happen.
yeah.
And so
But
if you
it's not
do, so
from being,
if a woman does allow a bunch of men to sleep,
but
then
even without sex, though, I'm not even talking about sex. In general, men are just thirstier. They can't control themselves. You know what I
okay.
mean?
I
Which
will
is
say
why,
there. I don't know if that's thirsty or
which
that's
is why,
perverted.
yeah. Well, regardless, it starts there. You know what I mean? They see a woman and they like, and then they can't let go, and
Okay, I believe this.
that's where
Yes.
our fear comes in.
Well, here's the thing. There's another stat, and I don't want to quote this one, but it's like I want to say it's like 70 to maybe 80% of men don't get laid.
That's that.
Yeah. So the reason why that's sad for many reasons, but for one reason mainly is because men, they don't have no patience. Once, if I'm talking to a woman and I know that we're vibing, it's only bound to happen. We're gonna have sex, right? At some point, right? Because that's where the relationship goes.
Possible.
Men want to know up front, are we having sex? And I don't understand why he's even worried about that because if you're gonna talk to her, you're gonna have
I agree to that, and I've had men ask me that. I was
what?
like, well, why don't you take me out to dinner first? I had a guy literally tell me, I don't take women out to dinner. I'm not fucking. And I was like,
How did that work?
bye.
Yeah. No,
Bye.
because men have no patience anymore. They just want to
That's
hurry up and
horrible. Like,
score.
okay. And again, that's when we go back to our friends where we feel safe and secure and loved. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. I feel you. I'm not at any time letting men off the hook at all. But at the same time, I'm not letting women off the hook because I think women are being way too promiscuous. Women are basically turning into dudes now. They're
Women
turning
do
into
it.
dudes.
Women do it. You know, it's our time. It's our time. If we have
Our time
our
to do
money,
what? To have
if we have
sex?
to work and make money and do everything and take care of everything by ourselves, do what you got to do. Be
So
a
then why not? Then
giver.
why not just have a friends with benefits? Why just keep
Because
messing with all
that's
kinds of
still
randoms?
a relationship. That's still a relationship. Don't like it.
So you just rather just sleep with randoms?
If I feel like it, sure.
Okay. All right. Well, good. Uh, that's you, right?
Yeah.
At the end of the day, what I think that most women don't know, and I'm about to break some knowledge on you, a good man, because there's not really many, right? There's a
Mhm,
very small percentage of good men that I will agree on. Okay.
mhm.
Maybe 10% of men are good, and I'm even being high with that one. Okay. Now the good men, right? The ones
I
that you
believe there's
guys,
good out there. I
no,
believe
there is, but it's like 1 out of 10, maybe. And I'm giving them props. And I don't think that's even that. I
yeah,
think
you did
maybe
get props.
yeah, I was thinking like more 5%. But let's just look at that 5% for 1 second. You got 5% of the good men out there. And now instead of you guys worried about all these idiots that you entertain, why don't you worry about the quality ones, the ones you actually do want? What do those guys want? Because that's the guy you want, right? That's the kind of guy you want to attract, the guy that
We
does all the
do,
things we're
but
talking
if
about.
we can't find them in the meantime, I
In the
mean,
meantime, you think that that's good, meaning you're letting dudes that can't help you at all in life have you.
it's not half. It's me making
It's
that
have.
decision of actually being a human being. And you
What do
know
you
what?
mean?
It's part of it being a human. Like if I can't find a good man that's going to be there for me, but I found somebody that I felt safe with and comfortable with, and I got a really good vibe with this person, so be it. You know what I mean?
Okay. So okay, I got this. So what men want is they look for beauty for sure. They're more based on looks, right?
Of course.
You could be a 6 in the face, but if you have an 8 or 10 body, they're going all day because
Yeah, for sure. Oh, I've
the
seen that.
body is definitely
Yeah,
what they're looking for first, right? Body
yeah.
is everything. Whether they're into boobs, thighs, ass, whatever they're into, lips, you have it, they want it, right? That's the first step. That's easy. That's why all these girls on Instagram think they're hot. Really? Or you just got a bunch of like dudes that would never have a chance in their life with you commenting, and now you think you're hotness because you got a bunch of losers telling you that you're hot, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so then the second thing is men want purity. They want purity over anything.
That is so
They want a woman. No,
archaic.
they want a woman they know that's not for the streets because they
That
can
is
never trust you.
so archaic. I mean,
No, it's not, because
2026.
if you've been with,
Hard.
it's kind of like, okay, I posted on my dating, when you like this one. This is a joke one. Okay, this is funny because I knew it was going to trigger women. So I posted on my Facebook dating. I said, if you have 2 baby daddies, hit that X. Oh my God, some women would accept me, and then they read my bio, and they're like, "What?
God.
I have you? Well, how you going to judge me on 2 baby daddies? Blah blah blah." And they start going off on me. Some of them actually want to know why, right? And I pretty much come back with, I don't want to have to deal with 2 baby daddies. I can knock out one, but if I got to knock out 2, 3 at a time, like, come on, man. Now you're bringing me a whole world I don't want nothing to do with.
Right.
You feel me? But going back to the point, men want purity. They want a woman that is pure. They want a woman that they know is not for the streets. That's not been around.
My heart is pure.
Your heart is pure is not enough.
That's
you're gonna have to.
all
I
that
mean,
matters.
I mean, at the end of the day, men don't know your body count, so you don't have to tell them, right? You can lie and say that you're an angel.
No, it's none of their business what we do with our bodies. It's like, it makes me mad when guys tell women all the time, I mean, who are you to tell us what to do? Do you pay our bills? No. No, it's like, again.
So what if he did pay your bills? What's up, Tina Marie?
Then I'm in a relationship, right? And it didn't matter.
Yeah. So then what is it that, forget about what men want. I just gave it to you. It's very simple. Men just want a woman that's not toxic, that's basically got a nice body, and basically, so I'm attracted to her, and she's pure.
But I'm your guest, so I don't care what men want. I'm here to tell everybody what women want. Okay? It's
okay. What do women want?
Women want a man who is confident, obviously, who lets us be who we are, and
which is
whatever we are. Like, if
what is what?
Me, I'm a comedian, and
yeah,
I'm
you're a
also
comedian.
in sales.
Love that.
So I am really constantly on the go. I also have a lot of friends I hang with, and I have a lot of social circles. So you got to accept that I'm a social butterfly. You got to accept that I'm a very family person. Like, we're loud. My family, we're crazy and we're loud. You got to accept that, Right. You got to accept that I love to travel and that I'm a very expensive person. So you're going to have to deal with that shit. You know what I mean?
So you want a man that's making at least 6 figures plus?
Well, yes, definitely. At least he's got to be my level or better.
Most women that want that. The top 3, I got them. I know what the top 3 are.
So, that's the thing. So, we just want that. And also, we want a man to freaking separate. Like, you want us to be equals with you, but you're trying to treat us still that we got to be down here. Do you know?
Well, someone has to lead.
They can lead and we'll follow, like in dancing, but it's still an equal, you know what I mean? Like, I'll follow when someone's dancing me, but it blends together. You know what I mean? You work together. It has nothing to do with, that you're telling me how to live my life. Leading is one thing. Making reservations at a restaurant. Things like that.
Just
but
make sure that if a man takes you to Cooper's Hawk, that's a red flag. Just so you guys, ladies, know. I've said it before, and it's so true. Like, come on, bro. Cooper's Hawk. Is that what you got? Not if you want a high quality woman.
Garden. No.
Yeah. No. Yeah. A man takes you to a cheesecake factory. That was hot, like maybe like 20 years ago. Now it's a chain. No one cares.
No, that's for 20-year-olds. Like, I could see a young, whatever.
Oh yeah, I get. Okay, yeah, right. So I guess when I'm talking, I'm referencing mainly to women, right? Women, not young girls. That's pretty impressive to them. Yeah. Okay. So going back to the point though. So women want a man that makes at least 100,000, right? For sure.
Or at least whatever she's at, whatever level she's at, or better. You know what I mean?
I know. And men have to hear this because men think that, why do I have to make more money? Because, bro, even if you don't make more money than her, she's always gonna look less of you, whether she wants to admit it or not, because she might take you at the 40K and she's at 70 or 60K because she's she adores you so much. But eventually she's going to be like, motherfucker, you need to make more money. All right. I already know.
Love don't pay the bill.
Love costs money.
Love doesn't take me on a trip. Love, you know what I mean? So
Hey, she said hey, damn, I like this girl. She's sassy. That's why I wanted to interview her. You
Yeah.
crazy. I already know it. She want to go back and forth. She want to go back and forth
No,
with Joe.
I'm here. It's just sometimes we're always hearing, oh, what
What else?
I hear so much from men online about, oh, what you women don't know is what men want. If we want this. We don't care what you want. Like in the end, we don't care
Well,
what
well, well,
you
well, well. It
want.
depends. It depends. Yes, you're right. Like if a man says it, because I know a bunch of guys that are
Oh,
random guys that talk about women all
it's
day. I'm
annoying.
like, bro, you're not even allowed to talk about what you want because
Yeah,
you're not even at a level to be. You
yeah.
know what I'm saying? You're not even making it 100,000. That you make 100,000 and then you can start talking shit. All right. Period. I'll stay at that when it comes to
And
that.
not even then. Like, poor, don't, because if you're dating someone that's also making that much,
Right.
you have no right to say anything. You know what I
Right.
mean?
But we're not done. We're not done with the list, but that's one of them.
Yeah, we want friendship, so we
Mhm.
definitely want that connection. I should be able to tell you anything, joke about anything, and feel comfortable with you to say that.
Yeah.
When you
Be
start, like,
yourself.
if you start being like secretive because I don't know what he's gonna think of me or whatever, then
That's insecurity and that's not attractive.
it's not insecurity. It's just not right. It's not a good connection.
So I
That's
got a question. Okay. So now when it comes to height, what about height?
well, every woman's different. I've known friends that don't mind having a short king. I mean, it is what it is. I'm tall, and with heels, I can reach up to 6 feet.
How
So
tall are you?
I'm 5'7".
Okay.
So
Yeah.
yeah, I used to be 5'8". I think I shrunk because of my age, but
So
but
if you wear 3-inch heels, you're at 5'10".
yeah,
You
easily.
wear 5-inch heels because you said
I
six
do.
foot.
I do that too.
Where the frick are you going with 5-inch heels?
Depends. I told you if I get taken to a nice dinner, I'm gonna go all out. So
Damn, you're gonna wear 5-inch heels if you get
I
taken out to dinner?
I sure will.
Oh hell
And I
no! I
wear
want to
I
just
wear
take you to dinner just to see the heels.
I also wear big heels on stage. I mean,
Oh
that's just
okay,
what I love wearing heels. I'm a heel person.
okay,
So
I
that's why
like that.
I would need a guy that's tall.
Okay, cool. And what's the height?
I don't want a guy less than 6 feet, but I've
Yeah.
dated guys that are 5'11". I mean, it is what, again, my dating pool's a lot smaller, so I'm good.
Okay.
It's not a
The number
big
one the number one answer when you ask women how much you have to make, it's 6 figures. All right. So
six,
with men are paying attention, if you want to know how to get there,
666.
the money. Oh, I like that. 6 figures. And then the second thing is they want a 6 foot guy, right? Then what else does a woman want? Now, when it comes to sex, does he have to be? What rate does he have to
Six
be?
inches at least.
Six minimum. Got it. I was gonna go with rating in bed, but I like how you went to the penis size. So anybody that's under 6, bro, you better get an enlarged. I don't know what you gotta do.
That's the thing. 666.
You better learn how to like make it look different, bigger. But oh, that's a 666. I like
Yeah.
that. All right, so now I'm gonna use that sometime. I like that. But now here's the thing. Let's use the 6 footer example.
Yeah.
Women are delusional for on that one right there. I'm sorry. Because first of all, in the United States, only 17% of the population is 6 foot or taller. So then you got to take that number. Now you got to consider gays, married, girlfriend, fuck boys. So you got what, maybe 2% left? Not saying that you guys got to start dating shorter men, but what I am saying is that your 6 foot dream guy, it's not probably going to happen. And that's probably why you're single. Then when you finally meet the 6 foot guy that you're kind of attracted to, and you're like, oh, okay, he's got swag. Of course, he's 6 foot.
Everybody's attracted to him. Yeah.
Right, exactly. He's got options. He's got options. So now the 6 foot guy that's got the $100,000 a year with the 6-inch plus penis, he got options, right? So now it does become the guy that you want. He is now the one that makes the decision of who he wants. So now you're a woman trying to get that guy. What do you bring to the table?
First of all, I don't compete. If if he wants,
Go ahead.
he'll choose me. If not, I move on. I don't pick the man. I let them choose because I know I'm surrounded by beautiful women all the time, beautiful, strong women, and
Sounds like a good time.
Yeah, it's always a great time. We're never in
I believe
competition.
it.
We're never in competition. That's another thing about women that are secure. They don't compete. They don't get jealous. Okay, and this is what I emphasize to women that get crazy if they're not the prettiest of the group, if they're not, you know what I mean? I'm like, that's
Oh, I like, see, now you're making me like your friends more because the way you're breaking it down. They're not haters of each other.
No, they're not. No, man. We all lift each other up. They're funny. they're, you know, they're confident. And so,
Are
yeah,
they all Puerto Rican and Peruvian?
no, they're not all. I have a diverse group. I really,
So, well, I like that you mentioned that because women paying attention. I think a lot of women are friends with hating ass bitches. Like
and that's what
they think that they're friends, but they'll steal their man if they have
yeah,
the chance. Yep.
cut them off. Yeah,
Um, it is a huge thing in the black community, whether they want to admit it or not. That statistically, like it's known in the black community that you better watch your man because another woman's looking to steal your man. And I don't understand why they all fighting for all these people. Like, it don't make any sense. So, anyways, going back to the 6 foot thing, get over it because the chances are you finding
yeah,
the 6 foot dreamboat.
scared. Right.
And
Yeah.
then here's the thing: does he want you?
Yeah.
And not you personally. I'm talking about women in general.
No, I know what you mean. And I'm like, yeah, and if that's the case, you know,
Yeah.
so like I'm not gonna, and women need to not fight about it. Like, yeah, that's
So
everybody. Like my dream man is Channing Tatum, but I'm not gonna get him, and I am aware of that. Do you understand? But
yeah.
that doesn't mean that that's exactly what I'm looking for when I go out in the street. You know what
So
I
is he
mean?
is that your hall pass?
Yeah, that's always, man. I don't care who I'm
You know
with.
what? I honestly think that could happen.
Yeah, right. I
Hey,
wish.
if I could, hey,
I
what is
wish.
it worth to you? What would you pay me if I can get Channing Tatum to talk to you and get on the phone with you? What would you pay for that? Because I think I could probably do that.
Oh my God, that man. And it's like it's not just about his looks. It's because you know
His
everybody,
swag, his
every
confidence,
he can
his
dance,
intelligence. Yeah, I admit it. He's
and
hot business.
he's funny. He's you know like he's got all the qualities that I like in a
He's
man.
very charming. I know.
Yes,
I watch it. I like Channing Tatum. He's cool.
yeah.
He's a
So
cool dude.
that
Like he's a swag dude, and I like that he's a white boy swag. You know what I'm saying? He's
yeah.
a white boy swag. Yeah.
He's
My
like
look.
you
My
said, he's white with soul, and I like that.
mhm.
Yeah.
my
So
my son. My kids are 75% Mexican, 25% Irish, but my two youngest look Irish. They look white. They don't look Mexican, right? Or Spaniard or nothing. They don't look any of nothing. So my littlest one, he's a blondie. He's actually going to turn 13 this Saturday. I'm taking him and his friends to Top Golf,
nice.
and he is a white boy swagalicious. Let me tell
I
you right now, and I know
love
he got
that.
it from his daddy. I don't care what you say. I taught that boy. He's been watching me do videos from when I'm younger and music, dancing. So he knows how to dance. He got the game. He's smart.
Yeah.
He's in danger. He's in danger. I'll tell you that right now. And he's only 13, so
You're,
I already
yes.
know he's got
You're
him
gonna
coming.
have a little trouble, right?
Yeah, you got yeah. And I be telling him like, hey, be careful. All right. Now I asked him this is he had a girlfriend, and I was like, what? You have a girlfriend? I mean, I guess I had my first girlfriend at 12, but I said, did she approach you or did you approach her? He said, no, she approached me. I said, yep. I said, boy, be careful with those. Those are the ones they broke up. She wanted to hang out with too many boys, and he dumped her. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but to go back to the point though, yes, I understand what you're saying, but for all the other women that are paying attention and watching, you guys basically are delusional. I think you guys have such a high standard when it comes to men,
You
and a
don't
lot
have
of men
to
are
say
not going to fit this.
delusional. You could just say they're hopeful, and I think that's
Okay,
good.
hopeless romantics.
So let them be hopeful. Why can't we have those standards? It doesn't mean
Because I
we're
feel
not gonna
bad.
end up with it, but
I feel bad because like
don't
women,
feel bad. Women,
I feel a little bad because like I want them to be happy, right, and have somebody, but like
and
you
they'll
got to
find
stop playing.
happiness. I
Yeah.
promise you. It's just they're not gonna find the dream man that they have in their
But I
head.
also I think I would tell my daughter,
But
stay single.
drive higher, and that's all that we want. We just
Stay
want to.
single. That's what I say to women. Stay single, man. For real.
Oh, you don't have to stay single. Just
Well, because every woman that I've ever met has a problem or has
but don't
issues in her life. It always was attached to a
settle.
man.
Like
Don't settle. There you go. Okay, that's better. Okay.
I'd rather you not settle. Like stay single if it means because you're just trying to be with somebody just to be with somebody. That doesn't make sense. You know what I mean? Or
Women do that a lot.
because you're not gonna be happy.
Yeah,
know?
women. What's up, Nuri? Women do it a lot. They just get in a relationship to be in a relationship, and then I know a lot. I watch it on social media, and I know when I see a girl get a new guy, I know that that's not gonna last, and I already see it coming. It's just not gonna happen. But hey,
The joy
whatever.
is not in that gleam is not in the eye. You know what I mean? So
Linda says you're stereotyping, lumping people together way too much. I think it's funny that you say that because I always do that, and my daughter always calls me out on it. She always says, "Yeah, you're stereotyping." I'm like, "Hey, 97% of stereotypes are accurate." So yeah, I do because I'm all about stats. I'm all about most likely. I'm all about it's
but I
probably
don't
happened.
think you understand the women these days as much as you think you do.
What do
Though.
I need to know about women?
And
I know everything.
I would love to educate you more on that.
I would
Because
love to.
we are
What do you-
So we are different now, and we're much stronger. And yeah, we're not as weak as you
Yeah,
men.
you know what?
We
You know what?
are.
I know what me and my boys talk about at the bar all the time. When we're hanging out and we're talking about getting a girl, we're like, you know what? I want the most masculine, strongest, independent woman I can find. We don't give a shit how much money you make. We don't care any of that. We want to make sure you're a feminine woman. That's another thing that I don't think you guys understand. We want a feminine woman.
Yeah, we get that. I get that. But at the same
Thank you,
time,
Linda.
but at the same time, you got to understand that we can't. You can't. You guys can't. Like you guys want that masculine type of woman who's feminine,
No,
but then you guys have an issue with it.
I do not want a masculine woman at all. Any real guy, the only men that accept masculine women are bitches.
Not true. You don't like a
We call them
woman.
really
You
pussies.
wouldn't like a woman that likes to watch sports with
Oh
you.
yeah, of course, yeah,
Who
yeah.
pays bills, who works like a man, who
I
does,
don't, I
but
don't, I
takes care of herself, fixes her hair, and looks pretty. Okay, you do want a masculine man. It's called a masculine dandy. That's
a
what that type of
masculine
woman.
dandy. What is
That,
this?
that is the type of woman that most men want now because obviously they're more independent, they're stronger, they're whatever.
What men want that?
But they dress up. They're very girly. You know what I mean? But they're not weak. They're not weak. They're not sensitive. They're not cry about everything. You know what I mean? So there's a difference.
I mean, look,
And
I said it from the beginning. We want the guys that are of quality. I'm not talking about guys in random because they'll take anything. Okay.
Of course.
I'm talking about men that have worth, men that have qualities, men that actually are a catch. Okay. That actually can get women, right? They want to be with a woman that's feminine, that a woman that is basically can be submissive, meaning follow the lead. Not doesn't mean that you got to be as
they want submissive, baby, and
But that goes
they
back to what you guys want. You want, but
being
you also want a man to
controlled.
lead in masculine man. But then at the same time, you guys don't want that.
No, we do want it, but I told you, there's a thin line.
Okay, what's the line?
And control. There's a very thin line. So once you start getting into that control sector, that's where we push back.
Okay.
Know?
I like everything. I think I like everything that we talked about on that topic. And I really, I just think like we definitely should do more pods because I like what you're saying because it's what you guys believe. So I can't go against that. But right. I want to understand it.
And I'm just giving you the female version. I'm listening to your male version. And I told you've explained to me and I listened, so it's just, but
it still comes back to the point, who is the prize, the man or the woman?
The woman, obviously.
Definitely the man.
Obviously, the prize.
The man you want is the prize, not the men in general. The man you want is the prize. You are a prize for sure. I'm not doubting this. I'm not doubting this. Men have more options, so then I guess at the end of the day, who he chooses,
and that's why
he would be the prize.
I don't chase a man for that reason. They do have options. They choose. So my thing is, in the end, when they choose me, it's because I'm the prize.
Linda says submission is granted, not taken.
Yes.
Okay.
You're right, Linda.
All right, I like that. Okay. Look, all I'm saying is that you guys want a strong man, but at the same time, you don't want him to be too strong because now he's controlling you. But I think it has a lot to do with women being in traumatic, narcissistic relationships. So then they kind of like see that trait in a guy that's actually not like that.
That's all there is. There's boundaries now.
Okay, yeah, I get it. But like again, I guess at the end of the day, it's what we don't get to decide what women want to do, men want to do. I know what I want, you know what you want, and at the end of the day, either find that. But don't be disappointed, ladies, when what you want, you don't find it because it's not a lot of them out there.
And men, don't be disappointed. Men, don't be disappointed when you can't find a woman of worth because you're just looking for trashy, flimsy, insecure women. There we go.
Men. Look at men will sleep with a trashy whatever you just said, but they won't marry her. And if he does marry her, he's weak. He's weak, and I would tell him, "You an idiot."
Well, that's because they can control that person.
Well, then that's a narcissistic man.
Yeah, exactly.
Obviously. Yeah. Okay, I get that. So the last thing, which was very that you surprised me when you posted, is one of them, the birth rate. Talking about the birth rate. So tell me about that, because I know a little bit about it, but I know you are the expert.
So we're in an era where it's gotten to the point where we used to have younger pregnancies occurring, teenagers and 20s because of marriages and stuff. Nowadays, more and more women are waiting until their late 30s and 40s to have children. And
Right, because they choosing career over family.
yeah, and if they choose to have them. So obviously it's declining. So if you have a woman that's having babies in her 40s, she might have just one child versus back in the day where they would have 2, 3 children, you know?
So is that a good thing or a bad thing?
It's both. So it's bad for the population. It's bad for the country. It's bad for our like old age, who's going to be around in our old when we start phasing into the older age, right?
Yep.
So yeah, it's totally bad. It's horrible. It's good for women to be able to make that decision on their own now. For instance, we used to feel trapped having kids because we were in bad environments or whatever the case. But it was just the goal is our thought process was we have to get married and have children. Do you know what I mean?
Right.
And it's not like that anymore.
Well, the only problem with that scenario is that if you guys are choosing to do it later, you would need men to want that to do the same. And I think that men are still in their 20s, still want to find their girl, their wife, and get married. So because that's where the age where it starts, right? So I think men still want that. Women are the ones that don't want that. So then again,
Exactly.
you're putting the barrier up for men
Yeah.
that want families.
Well, it's not, and it's not just the women in general. Okay. So the thing is you also got to understand we don't politically, they're taking away so many things from us. Okay. It's costing us a lot more money to have children. So obviously that's why we're waiting till we're a little bit older and more secure financially,
Women?
So
Well, but why are women worried about security when I
insurance,
thought the man's supposed to take care
insurance,
of you?
what, right. But they don't, because even a man can't afford these days. It's just, unfortunately, it's difficult for people to buy houses. It's difficult for people to make more money. It's difficult for
You're
people.
giving me you're giving
So,
me inspiration because
so
I think men need to make a six-figure income minimum. I think that most men that are in a dead end job, it's not a career. So, bro, you got to elevate. You got to move up. You cannot just
yeah,
be
it's difficult.
stagnant.
Women, how are we trying to bring a child into the world if we can't give them the necessities? These days, everything's so expensive. Education, sports. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's a lot. So
Well, I think at the end of the day, here's one thing I want to make sure is clear that I believe in, and whether people disagree with me or not, I feel like, and I know women always tell me this because I hear it all the time. I'll say things like, "Hey, can you get married first before you have a child? Is that okay? Does that make sense, or that now we don't give a
no,
shit?"
it's everybody's choice. I mean, whoever
There you
some
go. I knew that was
I
coming.
mean, I think most women, and I'm speaking for women over here, most women would like to be married before having a child
Well,
because,
shouldn't they get married before they have a child?
yeah, I mean, not they should, it's their choice, obviously, but they, if they want to, because they want that stability and someone to help them, it's perfect. The
Okay,
problem,
so I
the
think so. Then
problem
what you're
is if a woman waits when she's in her 40s, she might not find the right guy.
right.
And
So
so if she
it's
does
a big risk she's taking, and there's a lot of birth risk too. But also,
that, if she freezes her eggs,
going back to your point of like freeze your eggs, okay. But going back to another point though. Also, but you got to think about this though. Women having sex, unprotected sex, or sex without any kind of birth control, because isn't that what you guys fight for, right? On the Democratic side, they fight for having all those rights. You
mhm.
have all those rights, but yet you still get pregnant.
Like who? Because the decline is high. I mean,
I
yeah,
know,
people.
but what I'm
Oh,
saying,
because birth control isn't 100% effective. You know
yeah,
that,
but
right?
it's pretty effective.
Yeah, but it's
It's
not
about
100.
99%.
It's not 100% though.
Right, but if that 1% you actually have a baby, well, then I guess I would hope that the guy you're sleeping with is someone that you see a future with, or just
So
sleeping with a
I don't
guy
think people
because he's
understand, for
attractive.
instance, how the birth control pill works. So sometimes that if you follow that to the T, yes, it's 99.9% it's effective. But if you miss a day or you're on antibiotics or something like that, it just kills it. So yeah, there is a probability of pregnancy.
Well, I will tell you this. I was together with the same woman for 20. We were married for 15, and my pull leg game is strong because I didn't have
Yeah.
no babies until we got pregnant. Like my pull leg game was strong. I don't know. My brother, he's like, I pulled out. No, you didn't. 3 times you did it with 3 different women. No, you did it, boy. You could try to sell me that you pulled out, but no, you did not.
The pull out game
Was
is
weak. He's weak. Like, bro, you want to risk your life because now you look at having a baby is more of a commitment than being married because I got to be in your life forever if we have a child together.
forever.
Forever.
or even after divorce. Correct.
And if you have a doubt in your mind that you might not want to be with this guy forever, then don't let him have sex with you without freaking protection. And you know what women will say? Well, like, you know, it's his choice, this, that. Yeah, but you have the final control of how anything goes down. You guys control the whole scenario. It's your thing. Yeah, the guy could be hot and he can seduce you, fine. But like, first of all, the guy's an idiot if he comes in you and not knowing anything about you, right? So that's his stupidity. But it's also yours in the same time, the women, because like you know this, so don't do that. Like, because then here's the reason why. Here's why I believe that. Because when it comes to that, like women that are raised single mothers, right? The single moms, it's a very challenging life and it's not good for the children. So like it's better to have a 2-family household because statistics show us that if they don't, they go to boys go to jail more when the father's not in the home. There's like stats and studies on it.
Yeah.
Being together is the only way to do it. But like women and men are not doing that.
But it's not always the case. So sometimes having 2 parents in a toxic environment in a home is worse for the children. So
yeah.
It's a case by case basis. I was a single mom and my children came out fantastic. So and their father really wasn't much of a part of their lives. Now he's trying to be, and I'm grateful for that. But
right.
you know, I mean,
but that's another reason why I'm not saying that that's your choice, right? You can do whatever you want as a woman, but I'm saying that overall, if we're talking like what's the better option, is to have a children with a man that you are going to have a future with, right?
What you hope for, right?
Right. Yeah.
I thought it was going to be forever. I mean, I didn't get married and said, in case we get divorced. I didn't expect this. You know what I mean?
Okay. Oh, so you guys got married and had kids?
Oh yeah, I had a big wedding and everything, dude.
Okay,
everything.
so you didn't have a kid. You didn't have kids out of wedlock.
No, my kids came after. Yeah.
Okay, that's different. See, that's 2 different conversations, right? Women are wedlock. You did your thing. You did all your thing. He didn't honor his thing. Yeah. You had to go. And I don't think that he should be left off the hook. That I don't give a shit that we're not together no more. I love my children. My children are my life. And whether we hate each other, my children are my life. You're not going to take me away from my children. I want to see them as much as I can. I want to be in their life as much as I can. I am not a weekend father. I am a very active father, which I think another reason why I'm single, because women don't like that I'm a very active father. They'd rather me be a deadbeat that can party with them. No, I ain't going to be like that. No, I don't need that.
I love a man I see that's active in his child's life. Mm-hmm. And again, I'm grateful that he is now reaching out to the children and everything. I know that they're older and stuff. To me, I don't have any feelings for him. You know, I wish him well. That's it. My thing is, I just want my children to be happy. And
exactly. But you know what? On the flip side, women will use their children as a pawn to get at the father. Like the good fathers are always the ones that get screwed.
Yeah, I've seen that.
Women use children as pawns because the only thing you can still have control over this man is his children. So then you'll basically keep him from them and like not let them see him or like
I'm with you 100%. I think
my ex tried to do that in the beginning. And it didn't last long. Like, because one thing is like, I'm not going anywhere unless you kill me. I'm going to be in my children's life until I die, period. There's nothing you can do about it. And at some point, like she tried to get him to hate me and it didn't work. They told me I was happier without her. So like my kids are not dumb, right? You know, they pay attention, right? They see what's right. They see what's going on.
The kids know. They know. You don't have to say a damn thing. They see it all. So
they see it. And it's like, and the thing is, at the end of the day, all that matters is that whether you had a child out of wedlock, whether you had a child for a one-night stand, whether you had a child with marriage, take care of your children. Men.
Always.
Go see your children, especially your daughters, fool. You should be talking to your daughter all the time. You're supposed to be the example for her to want for future men.
A high expectation of a good man.
Right. Yeah. And if you don't want to have high expectations yourself and to impress your daughter or to be a great example to your daughter, then you're not a man. You don't give a shit about nobody but yourself. Period. Yeah. I believe that, and I will tell a man to his face.
Yeah.
So what I will say about that though, going back to the birth rate. So do you think I think the main reason though that why the birth rate is declining is because women are wanting to have a career. They don't want to depend on a man, which makes sense because this is a true stat. 7 out of 10 women will be in poverty at one point in their life. And it has to do with divorce, right? Or like they get put in a position now they got to figure it out, right? A lot of times when the woman leaves the man, he's so pissed and so petty that he won't help you out at all because he wants to see you suffer without him, right? That's a very manipulative man. That's a very controlling man. You basically hurt his ego because you left his ass, right? Now he took it personal.
But I think you're like solely focused on that women are deciding that this is not true. Now married couples are deciding not to have children.
Yeah, but every time you say this is always an exception to the rule.
And that comes from, but that's a lot more and more these days. Why? Because they don't have the money or the assistance to get help, right? Like daycare costs a lot of money.
So you're telling me they leave the man
No, they don't
just so
even
they can get more
stay
government
together.
benefits?
They're married. They're married couple. They go and travel. They do whatever they do. They're happy, but they choose not to have children because it is costly to have children now.
Oh yeah, for
And
sure.
so
Like
they're
1.8 million per
I
child over their
feel that
lifetime.
where our government needs to step in and assist. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? As a safety net. Give women more time off from work. Give women, you know what I mean? Things like that. I feel
Well,
that's it.
I'm old school. I went the old school route. Like my ex didn't have to work. Once she met me, she basically her last job was when she was 19. And then
Lucky
from
her.
yeah, and
Yeah.
then from 2021, or no, what would it be 2001? No. Yeah, 2001 till we got divorced. She never had a job, she never had to work. Always helped me run my businesses. She had her own business. Like she was very independent. And the reason why we did that though is not because of anything else, that we wanted her to raise the kids, not like my mom or like some, grandparents or a babysitter. So that was like a plan before we got together, right? So we were on the same page on that.
No, that's
So,
great.
but I'm an old school guy. I think that men need to start being bigger providers and need to stop being so lazy. Bro, if you're going to come into a woman's life, you're supposed to bring her up, not bring her ass down. You're not supposed to give her more challenges. You're not supposed to, I just posted this today before we got on the pod. If you cannot call that man an emergency, then he should not have access to your body, your soul, or your time, because you're giving this man access to you and he can't even help you do shit.
I agree.
Just saying.
I agree
So
with that.
yeah, you would thought I was against you guys. I'm all for what women are about.
I don't think you're against us. I don't think you understand us completely yet.
I
But
want to
that's what
understand women. That's
but
why I
that's
say
what
all
I'm
this
here
stuff.
for. That's what I'm here for. I'm here to show you what we
Talia,
also think. Hi, we have our perspective as well, and just like men say, well, in order to keep a man, we have our thing too. In order to keep a woman, it goes
see
both.
now, I get it. I know why you guys are mad, because men are talking shit, right? But they don't. But I will agree with you. When I did my all women are crazy video, I said men are the reason why women go crazy. I can admit to that. And then second, the thing I said is that men really don't try to understand women. They're
No,
too
they don't
lazy. They're too lazy to try to really understand a woman,
No, they're just focused on what they want and their
which
needs.
is the booty.
Yeah.
Sell her the dream, get in between. We heard it all here first. And you guys, some of the ladies watching this, they're like, damn, I let him sell me a dream. Yeah, I know you did. He was milking it. He was like, oh girl, we're gonna do this. We do. Hey, make him do something first. Make him show you.
Men are great salesmen. They're great
Yeah.
salesmen. I know.
No, I think at the end of the day, I think women want to believe him. I think women, even though women know he's lying, they kind of want to believe him. They're like, I want to believe him because he's kind of hot.
Yeah.
Just saying. Yeah. So now what I will say to the last thing we'll say about the birth rate. So do you I know this is true. Like a lot of people are not having kids like younger. Like I know I had my first kid when I was 27. So and I want to say, yeah, she was 25 when we had our first child. We got married at 24 and 26. So I feel like 25, like around that area, that's like the age range. And one of the things I did, I was with her 5 years before I proposed. Now, most women wait longer, which is dumb. If he doesn't marry you in 5, he ain't doing it. Get rid of his ass after the 5th year. If he hasn't proposed to you in 5 years, he's never going to do it. He's going to waste 8 more years of your time. And then you're going to be older and you're going to have less options. And then you're going to be pissed. So if the guy is not showing you from the get that he's going to take you to the motherland and he's going to marry you one day and he makes you believe it and you believe it, then get rid of that dude. If he doesn't come with that kind of energy, because he's just going to waste your time, a lot of your time.
Especially if you want the marriage. If you don't want the marriage, then don't worry about it. But if you want, and there's some women that want that commitment. And I think personally, even me, if I choose to get in a relationship again or whatever, I mean, my goal would be marriage. I'm like, well, why wouldn't we do that?
When I first separated and had a divorce, I was like, I'm never getting married again. But then
I said the same thing.
Yeah, then you heal and you're like, okay, stop being an idiot. You're mad right now because this dummy or whatever, like they fucked my life up. No, really. At the end of the day, it's like you just had to heal, right? And I think a lot of people don't heal before they get back into another relationship.
Right.
And I honestly think it should be you should be a single at least a year before you even consider another person.
I agree.
But some women are like, well, it's our choice. It is, but if you want it to work, heal, damn it. Heal. And then jump in. And men too.
Yeah, men too. It goes both ways. A man, if he's still angry about an ex who just screwed him over or something, and then he goes and brings it to, like, say me, I'm
Yeah.
gonna feel that. I'm gonna
Let
end
me.
up feeling that, and it's
I
gonna
posted this. If a man has been cheated on, he's a red flag.
for sure.
I'm
I
gonna tell you
agree.
right now, ladies. If the guy you just started talking to, his ex cheated on him, run,
Mhm.
run like a motherfucker, because he is going to be the most insecure, most
You're gonna,
annoying,
you're gonna,
most clingy.
yep, you're
Yep,
gonna
get
feel it.
rid of that dude. But why? I feel bad for him. No, don't be his mommy and feel sorry for him. He got cheated on by a woman.
Another
That
thing.
shows me the lowest form of man.
Uh,
He is weak. He is weak if his woman cheated on him. I'm just saying, just saying. Now, if he cheated first and then she cheated, okay, that makes sense. Like, okay, she just got back at his ass. But like, if he like got cheated on, that's just such the lowest form of, like, I don't know. I think that guy is weak as hell.
I gotta remind people too, like, if you're meeting someone and he needs to be healing or whatever, you're not
Nope.
his mom. You're not his nurse. If he's like, "Oh, you just need to be patient with me," no, you don't.
No, they
Say
don't.
no, leave. Like, it's not worth it for you. If you're
If you're
at
just gonna take on another child,
Yeah, if you're happy and you're at peace, why are you gonna get that negativity into you? Like,
yep.
let it go. Like, walk
one of my
away.
favorite one of my favorite quotes, Frederick Douglass. He says, "It's easier to build a strong child than it is to fix a broken man."
Yep.
You ladies cannot fix a broken man. He
Nope.
needs to heal. He needs to feel sorry for himself. He needs to cry,
Let him
what,
process.
almost commit suicide. I don't know what they
Yeah.
do, and
Let
then
him
come
process.
back into the world and say, "Oh, I'm ready now. I'm back to my confident
Mhm.
self." He needs to focus on himself, focus on his money, focus
Yep.
on just getting back to him. Go to the gym, whatever it is that you do.
Yeah.
Because if you try to help that man, you are in for years of just wasted time and a lot of, you're gonna just lose respect for the dude. You just get it. Don't do it. Don't do
Yeah.
it. All right. Well, I'm glad I made some good points on that.
Yeah.
Anything else?
This
Anything
is a
else? We've been going
great
for.
this is a great conversation. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. I
Yeah.
do I do want to post out there to everyone. If you're still listening or if you listen to this, I have a show at Zany's that I'm producing and I'm in it September 10th. So I hope you guys make the time to come out and see me. I do continue doing my comedy. I do talk about items like this in our shows. Just
I'm going. When is it?
Yes, yes.
When is it?
September 10th. So I'm giving you plenty of
What
notice.
day is that?
It's a Thursday.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm in. And it's
Yeah.
at night, right?
Yeah, it's in Rosemont. Yeah. So
Yes, I'll
yeah,
buy a
you
ticket.
guys come because it's called Latino-ish. So I like to do my themes. This is basically like Latinos that are either half white or they look white or they are no
Oh,
sabo,
me. I look white.
or they no sabo or they're married to a white person. It's just some of the challenges that we're trying to do to hold on to our roots. You know what I mean?
I feel yeah. I got that. So
Yeah.
it's like you're not Mexican enough. You're not white. You're too white.
Yes.
I got called that a lot. Like they'd be like, "You talk white." No, fool. I talk educated. It's a difference. But every once in a while, you'll see my hood. You'll hear the hood. But it's
Yeah.
mainly professional. I'm talking like legit. Yeah. So I'm gonna post when we share this. I'm gonna post your flyer if you have one. I'm gonna post the link, all that stuff. So when I share it, people can click on it and get a ticket for your event. I will be there. So if you guys want to meet me, be there because I will be there. Then what I was gonna say to you, we talked about for sure. We talked about a lot of great things. I do appreciate you getting on. I do appreciate not getting offended by anything I said. You just like brush it off your back, everything I said. And then what I love about you is that you challenge me because I want you to challenge me because I want to explain where I got that from. I don't want to just talk and say I know everything. No, I want to explain where the logic is, right? And women, I think you get too emotional. I'm just talking from a logical perspective from a male saying this is what you're not seeing the whole picture, right? At the end of the day, I do want to see everybody happy. I do want to see women find the man of their dreams and the man to find the woman of his dreams. But I think at the end of the day, despite everything we talked about, at the end of the day, be with somebody that lets you be yourself, period.
That's it.
Period.
That's
I think that's the moral of this whole podcast.
Yes, it is.
All right. I appreciate you. I thank all you guys that got on, and we'll see you guys at Zany's September 10th.
Yes.
Latino-ish. For you Mexicans that look too damn white.
Yes.
Talk to you guys later.
All right. Take care. Bye.
Bye.